Hey guys. Welcome to episode number 36 this week of Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Games for our biggest, strongest, exciting, largest power bond group. As you can see, I'm trying to voice a little something deeper. Well, for the most part of it, today's date, it is the 28th of January, 2025. Of our biggest, strongest, exciting power of our group. Just double checking a couple things for a second. There we go. Alright guys, let's see where we're at. There we go. But yeah guys, today's date, it is January 28th, 2025. Now for the most part, I will say from this week or from over the weekend, there's been some good things that were going on this week, as far as anything else goes. See where the action really fits in, and also how it reacts, and also results. We had a couple of good things yesterday, as far as I can tell you. And guys, for your king / final boss is concerned, we had a couple of fun activities that we finally got into after what happened last week, and after the temperature was being way too cold when it comes to, as far as anything else goes, pretty much energetic or anything else floating by, perhaps. So we had a couple of fun things. We finally got back in the swing of things and wanted to get back to protecting our sport for a while. Good morning, Rosalind. Shout out to you, dearest. How are you? Good morning, good morning. That's one anything else would really recommend is to be open and honest in return. No, not exactly from yesterday. But last week it was not anywhere good, not exactly average. But basically it was just way too cold and cold. Pretty much generally combined. Mary Lou, shout out to you, dearest. How are you? Thank you for sitting by with us also today, guys, with our biggest, strongest, exciting power of our awesome community, as far as where the action goes. But as I mentioned, we also did have that, the most important thing for our popularity, guys, entertainment and energy. As far as that is more worthy and, much more perfect and awesome and critical. We also had that, Hawk meeting yesterday. Now, I want to say the Hawk meeting overall was good. We pretty much showed up a little after 7 o'clock last night. Just to explain some things, between deposits to the deadlines, what we're going to be expecting in return. But we are looking at, guys, 5 days and 4 nights. We're still going to be heading towards Leominster, Pennsylvania. But I want to say, when it comes to any exploration, you talk about going into a new trip with Hawk, with family, friends. It's like, you talk about the highlights that we've been to. Well, pretty much we got to between my future fiance and I. You look at a lot of friends here in the United States, here in Ohio. Pretty much look at a lot of locations here and there. Now the biggest favorite we've ever had was actually Peasant Fords. When the only top highlight was going to go see the Titanic Museum. Now, for the most part, there was a lot of things to do, a lot of exercising, a lot of things that were going on. Well, you see, Titanic's been around since 1912, if you remember correctly. Now, it's been over 110 plus years, as far as what we know in between, and also in return. But this year, guys, it's gonna be entertaining. Not as entertaining, but most likely very, very interesting. See what we're looking at. You know, we're gonna have going back to our breakfast again, and you know, be out of town for a while. Good morning, World Tours. Make a love shout out. Mark the Sark, Mr. Mark the Sark. How are you, my brother? Thank you for coming in. And along the line to us, how are you? Thank you for coming back in and standing by also. As far as anything else from, you know, a ton of things, maybe a lot smaller things. Karen Young, loves, thank you for coming back in as well. After well, I want to say, guys, yesterday was not exactly stressful. So, other than that, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. By the time we get to September, so far today, but, you know, guys, the deposit's not going to be an issue right now. But we'll have plenty of time to execute. But alright, guys, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning with our biggest, strongest, exciting power of our community. We got 610 mods, and I do want to remind you guys also, if I was having dropping like Hades off the bat, I end up losing another down to the stress small number. You look at 6 to 8. And you guys remember my former record was 211k, so I'm hoping to get to the signing line and my followers back up, as I usually are. And pretty much should be, you know. I do want to get back into more and more of the system. The more we bring in. I haven't said this in a while. With our biggest, strongest, largest power of our community, we always want to be going into the higher heights, higher than anything else in return. A lot of socialization, and so you guys are giving each other thumbs up, views, and a lot of support. And tons of great things to look into. Really is and always will be. But I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning with our biggest, strongest, exciting powers of our community. Yeah, guys, but I did make somebody a new mod, and it was this past weekend. Just so you guys informed and also have its first take on it. But one thing I will say about the trip, the Liam Neeson, Pennsylvania trip, guys, I think it's going to be awesome from what I've heard. And as far as the seating goes, from what I've heard, it's like 48 and like 52 as a maximum. So it's going to be excellent. I don't know if it'll be better than one of the other trips we've had. Pretty much mostly at a time. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to go in return. You guys, I repeat, guys, thank you guys for joining me this morning with our biggest, strongest, exciting power of our group. Bringing our YouTube channels to socialize as a large gathering, our biggest achievements, and have a lot of laughs, smiles,
please,
and keep everything else from the ground up. Bringing our socialization together, bringing our social media with our YouTube accounts, and our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Reddit, and so much more. And the whistle that wakes me up, not exactly all the time, and that would be Ballsy's whistle. But yeah, guys, anytime we're live, we're taking our time. We always want to introduce new people, new kind of friends that can help us out, and bring a lot of exciting things that we got going on. And do what we can for one another, with our community and our group. Everything else going our way, bringing our process together. As long as we take our time, we always have to be smart and think about the others with ourselves, with a lot of people that are drawing a lot of things. So good baby Maria, make a love shout out to you, my loves. Thank you for coming back in. How are you doing? How are you? As far as anything else more important goes, you know, guys, with everything else in the balance, let me get back to, let me get some other outside news from, well, I did not look at in-gaming news very much yesterday. You know, just to keep everything loud and, you know, silent and peaceful. I do want to bring something to the table. Now you guys don't know, you guys understand the, Avengers Doomsday is still gonna be arriving in theaters, this coming December. So not only Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be the powerful main villain as Doctor Doom, they are also bringing, Chris Evans as a main villain, as a first-timer. Now, he was not actually a main villain in, the only first two Fantastic Four movies. Now, in the beginning of the Fantastic, Avenger movies, he was not. But for the first time in Marvel, or anything else in general for it, he's going to be involved with Robert Downey Jr. Lalops Maria, can you help me with my W8 for me? I mean, everything else has been hiatus. It's just been breaking apart a little bit more. And do what it does at one time. But, you know, those are the only two other actors that we'll be working with, Robert Downey Jr. So you're talking about 3 main villains total. Another thing I will also bring up as well, I don't think I brought this to the attention, you know, outside of in-gaming news, actually not my 211i's 8th year anniversary, we'll have that after this week. As far as anything else, it's not worth pausing or, have any technicity. But as far as anything else can really bring, you know, important, and also inside of the table. Excuse me. Let me check for a second. Oh yeah, I thought there was gonna be some to really add. I haven't looked at the box offices recently. Preview, make a lot of shout-outs, sir. How you doing? And everything else where it can actually be, for example. But I do know, as far as where the action is, you guys understand, we did see the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, even though I've always been a Steelers fan for the last over 15 years, you know, between greatness, having a good win-loss record in between, I thought I would bring this up too when it comes to movies. Now, according to plan, this would also bring everybody else's ideas and also mindset in return. But if you guys have not been informed, I did recently learn we are going to get some, you know, new trailers between not one, but exactly 2 movies in general. One of them is the new reboot again. I don't think we need a city reboot, to be honest with you. And also, you know, that's just to have something to respond to. And that would be a new trailer. You guys remember when I read a little bit this past year about the new Fantastic Four? Well, apparently, guys, during Super Bowl 59, it's going to be our 2-time defending Super Bowl champions trying to three-peat that no other NFL team has done. Taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl rematch. And that was, I want to say 2 years ago. It might have been 3 years after that. But during this time, I have been informed, and I know you guys are going to be excited to see what this trailer goes. So basically we'll get not 1 but 2 Super Bowl trailer stuff in between. So we're going to be looking at a trailer between the new Fantastic Four reboot, and we're looking at also got Thunderbolts as well. Now I don't think Harrison Ford is going to be in Thunderbolts by far. I mean, to be honest, I don't think he is, especially what the plan is. But I want to say, guys, those are the only two movies that we know. But if it's anything else in perspective. One thing I will say about one of those movies is the fact
I must believe.
Fantastic Four has been around for, ever since DC and also Slash, it's Marvel. I think for the last over 10 years. Like 20 years, exactly, but yes, remember the actors that played every single character. You talk about, I think Tom Hardy as Dr. Doom one time. And that's also had Chris Evans, Jessica Alba, but everybody else we can probably think of. Those actors were in that movie. Not exactly 3, but exactly 4 of them. But it's like if you're playing a Marvel hero, it's all about taking on the bad guys, rescuing people, having a lot of love, respect, and support. And it's kind of like having Key to the City. The only hero to do that is Spider-Man. Spider-Man only, so. I think that's the only thing I was only bringing up so far today. I haven't heard much switch to, because I don't think this would be anything intriguing. But as time begin, whatever happens with that concept, see what the action really fits in. Having a little piece of advice, also momentum, everything else going either way, in either direction. But I don't think it's going to be hard to tell if I have anything to flex. Or maybe increase. Now, as far as gaming goes,
got a surprise for you.
I do have a bit of a response as far as Assassin's Creed Shadows goes, comparing to Splinter Cell. Both of those games are not exactly the same. Splinter Cell is pretty much a spy, spy killing franchise. And Assassin's Creed is a action-adventure RPG. Now, Assassin's Creed is one of my legendary favorites.
How about some of this?
We're still gonna be getting, guys, Assassin's Creed Shadows coming up on March 20th. So it's gonna be far from after this month of January. Far away, guys, from my true love and I's 8th year anniversary. With Valentine's Day and the homecoming dance basketball party. As far as that is concerned. But you never know. But I want to see how these two new first ever trailers between Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts is going to go. It will be the first time for these two movies turned on the big screen. For most of this year. I don't think it's gonna be having painful reviews as far as the concept goes. Let's see where that's going to, where it exactly fits in, how much money it's going to be making between budgeting and how much attraction it's going to be getting. I think most of them will have, a lot of splash-worthy stuff in return. And see how much you can really handle. Kapanko, make a love shout out. Thank you for coming in. Good morning, good morning. But I don't know. The only movie, I think there's only one movie. And that movie, guys, is Karate Kid Legends. We don't have to really still having TikTok, perhaps. My true love and I are still gonna be checking out, guys, still checking out, Karate Kid Legends by then. At least before we meet the deadline. Well, guys, as far as we can continue to open up, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy XII Zodiac aids, we're about 610 mods here today. Making sure we're sounding good, making sure we're excellent, and doing what we can for one another. All we need to do is keep our eyes open. It's like if you're watching The Greatest Showman, you guys know what to do. You know exactly what to really bring in position. Just really focus at one time, and also something that makes us feel good. Making sure we're sounding great, have the excellence, and so on and so forth. Well, you know, I want to say, guys, if somebody was asking, I mean, not exactly one person, but two people were asking yesterday. I mean, I was with my Subway family till yesterday in the morning. So a couple people have asked me, according to the two teams, who am I picking for Super Bowl 59? And do I want to bet $5 on it? I'm like, I'm not exactly a betting person as much, as far as I can really inform and, you know, playing anything in a casino. But if I had to guess, it's pretty much a tough one to predict. If only my Steelers, guys, for the last 15 damn years, would be in the playoffs for me. I mean, not just for me, guys. It's King, / the final boss, but also my final queen. This is my true love for the most part of it. But when you see, you get to an exact point, you want your team to have the best offense, the best coaching staff, and you know, that's the best offense and defense. I honestly think, if I'm picking, it's a tough one. One of the two teams has a 55% chance. Good morning, brother Leon. Thank you, love shout out. How are you, sir? Did you watch any wrestling yesterday? I mean, I entirely did not, but I do want to really add, this coming weekend, I don't know if I'll watch the Royal Rumble this coming Saturday, but depending if my family does or not, I mean, it all depends. You guys understand, I've always been tired when it comes to working. You know, a lot of money's worth needing, and remember, guys, every single check for the next couple of weeks, much more weeks, it's going towards that hug trip. But the upcoming deadline date, guys, is May 22nd for the first deposit, and then that's number one. Number two, the rest of the amount is on July 22nd. So most of us are going to beat that, no problem. As long as we keep on buzzing and also bringing everything else in hot water. We can start freezing it and cooling it off when we can. Well, my butt's a little bit tired. That's all I can say. But nothing else would really be, you know, self-preventing or having a miscue. But as far as anything else goes, you never know. But as far as anything else, more important goes, like I said, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac games, right here, back here on Tuesday mornings, for an hour and 40 plus. Like I said, everything else is in position. We want to get ourselves, you know, go down to the deep water and start climbing. Even if you're watching Baywatch or something that makes you feel excited, not feel scared. Not exactly feel terrible either. I do want to say one thing, guys. You do it because you're driven, and you take your time, and not be in a hurry. That's all it takes. But if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac games, with our biggest, strongest, largest power of our community, our new location, guys, that we're in just now, we are now at the Nibiru's Deadlands. Well, as far as I know, let me see. Well, we haven't been to the other outskirts yet. As long as nothing else is worth self-preventing. I don't think we'll take it on the enemy for him yet, but it's pretty much a little more overpowered than me. So we have to be extra careful. As long as we do not get our ass kicked. As far as what can actually be. But if you guys want to catch more of Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac games, guys, for now in 40 plus only, for our biggest, strongest, largest power of our group, all you guys need to do is lock it guys, all you guys need to do, that's the important rule, is like it, support it, tweet it out, and follow it. Like and say on the stream, guys. Like and say on the stream. Take your time. Do not flush everything else in the toilet. You don't want to have everybody else taking your order for you. You want to be a better person. You want to do some excellent things. You want to make your channel better and better. If only my channel was having much more followers than this, that would have been the last thing. I mean, the first to last thing. I mean, the last thing to the first thing I would really want back, most importantly. Like, so I would love to have this crap back in. You guys understand, I really, really do, but I don't know if I'll reach 211k again. It's too hard to tell. But as long as we work together, get back to my goal and your guys' goal between a YouTube channel to another channel, we just have to take our time. That's all we can do. Put in God's hands, you know, put it towards each other, and do what we can do, you know, right for its hands. That's all we can really take care of, and those guys, the rest of it, heading our way. Like I said, we got something higher than expected, and pretty much something fortunate. Yeah, guys, like it, support it, tweet it out, and follow it. Like and share the stream, and making sure we've got everything that we have, and what we've got too, with no extra cost. If you guys want me to play new games on the schedule, something that's more fitting, something from the ground up, something you guys haven't seen yet, or a game I haven't played yet. You guys recall, 9 times out of 10, I still want to get Borderlands 4. Once you guys go to Yodi sometime down the road, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and, you know, some other fun games. And I do want to repeat this one time for now. GTA 6 is still going to win, guys. That game's still going to win. It's coming December's Game Awards as a Game of the Year winner. Doesn't matter what other game is going to win. You know, try to have any prosecution or try to weaken it, and saying that game is not going to really bring, you know, a lot of things. For example, guys, DLCs, mods with modifications, for example, and I mean, people shouldn't have to tell you that correctly. People know how to make up their own minds, and also have their mindset on something, and really stopping at nothing. Trust me. But I do know, guys, GTA 6 is the only game I see winning only. I really see most of that going than any other game's way. Trust me. It's kind of like, if you're looking to heal something, like your characters, you know, from a battle, or from, some sort of, boss type of thing, on any game you're playing, you always want to concentrate on healing. That's the main part of it. If you guys want me to play new games on the schedule, all you guys need to do is hit that like button, support button, and comment. Hit that like button, guys, support button, and comment. We've got 610 mods today. It's like, if I was gonna be the next president, I mean the future president of the United States, you guys would be helping me out. Donald Trump always gets the best help he needs, as far as I can tell you and recommend. You know, he's our second-term president of the United States now. Joe Biden, I do want to mention a little bit of this. Now, despite the fact with Joe Biden being done as president, his ass was not going to be re-elected this year. You see, Donald Trump he's one of the nicest men you'll ever meet. He's coming out of only one movie, and also a TV show. It's a comedy judge movie. So that would be, guys, for example, what's that, guys? Hold on. One of them guys is The Apprentice back in the early 2000s, and also being in one other movie. Just one movie, and that's Home Alone 2. We guys had Dopesky and the one I'm playing as Marv, to be honest, and you guys get the idea, and also the, you know, the something to notify on it. But you never know. I do truly think Donald Trump, he's got billions of dollars, and remember guys, he puts America first before he puts himself first. That's the main thing. Brother Leon in the chat says, main event St. Uso was eating with the rapper Quatsko. I haven't heard him sing, but I've heard he's not too bad of a rapper or hip hop artist. As far as I can really recommend, and also have something to stir a pot into. But honestly, from what I've heard, Monday Night Raw had some pretty good wrestling, and once the final show the Saturday's Royal Rumble. So that's something to think about too. I've also been trying to avoid a cough between my bottom sore throat mostly.
Here goes.
But you know, that's why I've been fighting and fighting, not to have a sore throat on me. I try to have a cough for the most part, because we don't want to end up going up to tonight, and also tomorrow night, as far as that goes. But you know, the more I can battle it, the more hot I can have.
I never miss.
With anything on it, so. But yeah guys, hit that like button, support button, and comment. Like and share the stream guys, take your time, follow and share it, and socialize between a YouTube channel to another. The most important thing is love, support, and respect is the key. Stay awesome and creative. What's 610 months guys? I repeat, 610 today. They had quite a few rappers in the audience. I'm not sure I don't think Rick Ross would be in the audience. I know he's been busy with family, and I'm not sure if he's been making new music or anything. I mean, Rick Ross is a good rapper. I still think he's one of my sports singers of all time. But I don't listen to any shit like that in a long time. I've always been an active rock person ever since I switched. Like, you know. I mean, you gotta know who you like. You gotta know who you love. If you guys are going to concerts, you guys are going to anything. With a lot of, you know, guys with a lot of friends, family, I think my true love and I would love to go back to, we would like to go see a concert one of these days. But it's not going to be until after we get married. Lalo's Maria, can you help me with my W rates, please? I know I shouldn't give my my totals yet. It's going to be way after Steam this morning. But yeah guys, stay awesome and creative. We've got 610 mods today. You know, we always have a large gathering. You guys understand we are the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. We always have. You know, that's why I've been around ever since day one. New location, guys. No, but I don't think our buses are supposed to be in here either. I mean, if you talk about the top location, they have the level 44 experience when it comes to monsters, and also rare stuff as well. But I don't know. But before I go more further, guys, on social media,
as the dawn
as far as what we got happening today, we're making our return to bowling later on today, and then we also have not one, but two home games, guys, of basketball for Cougars, with green, black, and white. We're hosting not one again, but two counties exactly. We got one tonight, and then tomorrow night, which is why I'm gonna have transportation do my pickups for me. And you know, guys, according to an IP meeting I had with a couple of people the last couple of weeks, one of them always stated, most importantly, you know, when it comes to drop-offs and pickups mostly, is if I want to head to anywhere, if I want to be at some case, somebody always stated, quote, that's what transportation is for. You can get to anywhere, you can try to get to whenever you want to go for the most part. And I'm like, I might start using them more often. Because I don't want to try to exercise my legs or my feet all the time. It's like if I want to go back to Bible study or, do something fun differently, I can do that too. But the good thing is, my butt does not have to pay anything or lose anything by example. So I think that's excellent. I think that's perfect, and let's see how everything else can handle. So, Princess Mona Fazio, make a love shout out. The newest loves in the chat. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, guys, my voice was sounding a little more deep and deep. I don't want to have to be loud and also conspicuous off the bat, or being certified for the entire time. But yeah, guys, as long as we know what we're doing, we just gotta be careful. We don't want to get ourselves overreached. But yeah, guys, they also make creative with our 600, actually not 610 mods. Princess Mona Fazio, the new Lolobs, we are now at 611 mods now. Holy cow, guys. As long as we're making a quick jump, nobody else would be judged. Or mentally disabled either. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. When we meet and greet, we take our time, we show we're sounding good, we show our voices are... it's pretty much people that can hear us. To see what we're doing. See exactly what we're reaching, and, guys, have something to think about, and also, have a lot of gathering, have much more people watch us, have a lot of comments to deliver, and anything else to handle. We take our time, guys, we follow Sarah, Socializer, tweet it out. It's kind of like having bread and butter as your top arsenal. It's kind of like having eggs and bacon with your breakfast every time. Now, I haven't had breakfast with my family. Honestly, guys, it's been a while. I haven't done that from this past year. I mean, the reason why is because I've just been sleeping in for the most part of it. Waking up early in the mornings, and hasn't been quite unfortunate. But my musketeer always tells me, if you're tired, try to sleep in a little bit more. I'm like, I might start doing that, as long as if I'm feeling tired, even if I want to take a damsel distress nap. Because everybody else deserves a nap. You want to try to wake up with energy, you want to exercise for a while. We're doing something you guys want to do. People don't want to have to, stand up and lay around all the time. You want to get stuff done. You want to do something fun with friends, spend time with your family, and, try to, watch a movie that's out of town, out of the city, whatever exactly you want to do. Anytime we manage to find people, socialize with people, have a lot of people connect, not using the letter S word as much. But every time we really want to set something up, we want to follow people, we want to suggest something to people, like watching what people are saying, or whatever they're trying to explain. People should always listen what people have to say before interrupting people. I mean, Matulov hates it when it comes to people interrupting any speaking or any conversations. A lot of people will really suggest, if you have something to say, just leave it out, and let the person, finish what they're saying. So that's the most important thing. So, you want to hear what people have to say first, before they're spoken to. That's the main part of it. All we have to do, guys, is follow Sarah. I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm just gonna say this quickly, and pretty much as a short version, not compared to watching Spaceballs all the time, but all we have to do, guys, is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. pretty soon, guys, I'll be racing 9 years on YouTube. So that's a lot of things to really take from this. But since I'm making this short and sweet, guys, I mean, you know, for this morning on a Tuesday, with our biggest, strongest, exciting power of our group, nothing else would really be, you know, compared. Or pretty much anything else tall and in general. But all we have to do, guys, is follow and share it only on 3 apps: Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And I've been on YouTube, guys, for over 8 years. Pretty soon, I will be reaching an amazing, exciting achievement again. I'll be leveling up to 9 years. And I'll also be leveling up 7 on Twitter and Facebook, perhaps. You know, we've been through a lot of memories. We want to continue whatever games that really float us by. It's kind of like saying, fly, Eagles, fly. And honestly, I'm not a Philadelphia person. I used to be an Eagles fan, but don't like having Eagles flown all over the place from Lord of the Rings. Or kind of like watching Timothy Matati trying to sing a song. I mean, after he started a documentary of Bob Dylan. But I do not compare him to the other musicians. Bob Dylan was a classic, from what I've heard. I haven't heard of his music, but
Please.
compared to Johnny Cash and Hank Williams Jr., if you look at it. But yeah, guys, I've been on YouTube for the time being over 8 years as a top prospect, over 6 years on Twitter and Facebook. So on July 30th of this year, guys, of 2025, by the time we reach our standards, I will be racing those years. But for the time being, guys, I've been on YouTube for over 8 years, over 6 on Facebook, plus Twitter X between the 3 of them. And my true love and I have also been together for over 7 years. My 6 years ago and I, guys, we're going to be stealing the show after this week. Because I did recently heard, not from Duck Dynasty, but I have heard I'm going to be picking up my Night to Sign tux after this week. So, I'm probably guessing, probably this coming Monday, if I'm right or wrong. I mean, my team lead management will tell me otherwise. Or my true love will tell me. Like, you know, I'm gonna have that coming to me. I already looked down my true love's dress. She looks adorable, gorgeous, and beautiful. Me, guys, as my future fiancé. I lost her once, not losing her ass twice. Besides, you always want to keep the same person. You want to do what you have to do, and you do it because you're driven, and you want to see who that person is. It's like if you look at Matthew Broderick, being in a movie with Jim Carrey, way before he started with Dr. Eggman. I want to really add, oh, Mystic Man's making a lot of shout-outs, sir. Are you a fan of RPGs? I thought I would talk a little bit of business with you. I mean, the only other person that came in, you know, before anything else, was Scarface. Scarface, aka Beetlejuice. I will not say the third name twice. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of our social media today. I will talk about Steam, what the plan is for baseball. We're going to really talk most of that in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes tops, guys, for Steam. But like I said, I don't know. If everything else is according to plan, nothing else will really be surpassing it or preventing it. So we are going back to bowling later on today, guys. My true love is off at 3, and then we'll go from there. I do remember 2 weeks ago my scores were good. I mean, real good. But as I mentioned, we did not go last week prior to the stupid temperature. It was way too cold, it was way too tiring, and people had to stay in one location. In one entire spot only. It's like if it's really cold, guys, you always want to stay in one place, one town, and do not exactly move. It's like if you move, you're going to be frozen solid. compare to Jack Frost from the Santa Claus, or pretty much any other movie that has its own character. You do not want to freeze to heaven very much. We also have Lazelle make a love shout out. How are you? Oh guys, I'm gonna talk about Steam in just a short second. Brother Leon says, are you the Jack that killed Chaos? What's one from Final Fantasy, Origins of Paradise? I do remember playing the very first Final Fantasy game back in 1987. Which to be honest guys, I was born back in 1993. Thank you very much, but for me killing Chaos, I believe I did. As long as my voice is not compared to the voice of Solid Snake. I mean, if it was going to be, I would be in 1 or 2 games only. Not exactly in a live-action gaming experience as a movie, but I don't know. I mean, I would sound like him, but I don't know. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion. What to look into really voice, and also plan to do. Well guys, before we get ahead of ourselves, head over to the Steam store. Head over to the Steam store. You guys go after Steam cards. Steam is always pronounced STEAMCARD, with no problem. You guys go after mods, DLCs, standard, bonus stuff for gaming. Every single year, guys. This year's 2025 from now on. It's going to be a better and better year for gaming, and it always has and always will be. You want to look at the best games possible. You don't want to see everybody else looking at it for you. You do it because you're driven. You want to see what games that are out there. The best games possible. See what the plots are, the storylines are, and so on and so forth.
Face orange biting nails. Face
the one I killed Chaos. You can say that, Mystic Maids. You can say that, but I don't think we'll get another Final Fantasy game right now, as far as I know, because honestly, I mean, if we do get another one, it's probably just going to be. I mean, the next Final Fantasy game. Probably going to be the upcoming Elder Scrolls 6, which that will not be until we get to the PS6 a couple years from now. It's not going to be until the next 3 years already. So we'll see what happens. But yeah guys, head over to the Steam store. My love's Lucy Warren, make a love shout out. How are you? I just thought I would get my voice just a little bit standard. Like so everything else is cool and fine. We don't want to get ourselves, drained out as much. There we go. But you never know. As long as we know what we're doing, keep everything else in between, and from the ground up too. I'm like, it's alright. We got it from the ground up too. So, but other than that guys, head over to the Steam store, make a game account, go after pre-orders and in-store purchases, and buy something. If you guys are going after old games, tonight, you guys go after pretty much one of the 2 guys, or both, between both Rocket League and Fortnite, with no extra cost. Mystic Maid says, jokes aside, I love people raping 12 way too often overlooked. I hate when people say the dialogue is boring, and so enthralling, especially in the first half. Well, I don't think any other Final Fantasy game would be, having stuff going with a lot of action, a lot of romance, and, fighting bosses and getting experiences. But every single RPG game that's out there, it's about having a new experience, a new lead. You talk about playing with a lot of exploration. The best thing when it comes to playing any role-playing game, when it comes to Japanese RPGs or English, it's all about having a lot of exploration. You find items, you grind your levels. It's like if you're playing Dragon Quest, it's not that hard to really, argue with that, or contain with that, or bother with that. As long as you guys know what the game is about, I've been a huge fan since I was a kid. You know, I've been a hardcore badass when I was growing up with RPGs. Just one of my parents got me started, and I don't ever get tired with RPGs at all. Same with sports games either. But yeah, guys, you guys go after any games you want, processes, DLCs, and like I said, going after bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite with no extra cost. Maybe you guys will get the sale games today on Steam. Let me tell you guys something. Remember guys, we are always filled with popularity, entertainment, and energy. Our biggest, strongest, exciting, largest power of our group. Always have and always will be. I repeat guys, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Maybe you guys will get the special offers. You guys can buy the new Sea of Stars for $24.49. You guys can buy the new Cycle. Now, I don't know anything about the new Cycle. 9 times out of 10, I would maybe guess it's about a Taurus when it comes to mining. But I'm not really sure about that, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of like if you're playing Splunky or any other scavenger type of game. You guys go after Hairdresser Simulator, Many Airways. And yes guys, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is on sale this week. I would love to get that game as of right now, but if it wasn't waiting till the middle of my 31st birthday from last year, my ass would have had it just now. But this person just wants to be nothing but a pussycat towards me. Wants to get sick and throw up from last week, and I'm like, it's on her. It's not on my true love. But I still call this mystery person a sadistic SOB. Not compared to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not compared to anything entirely. But you know, guys, if I were to still have the game in front of me, if I'm looking at it, I would play the Holy Spirit out of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I kid you guys not. But that's why I've been a huge RPG fan since I was a kid. Honestly, I would go with Flaming Pearls or Fermenting Darkness. And have you heard anything about Kingdom Hearts 4 Mystic Maids? Apparently Square Enix is not going to get any sit done until we get Tokyo Game Show. That's exactly what I've been hearing. But it won't be until for a while, guys. Not until sometime this year. But we'll see what happens. I mean, we don't know for sure. Oh, you're not a big fan? Oh, man. Well, what can you actually see happen? What do you actually see Square Enix doing with Kingdom Hearts 4? I mean, it would have been nice if the bunch would have gotten something with a trailer from last year, but honestly, they did not.
Here goes.
Apparently, they just thought it was time to play the waiting game. People don't have to wait all the time, guys. We want that game to have a trailer and get its own release date. Kingdom Hearts 4 still needs that, or we're not going to really know what we really want to have something to focus on. That's something to think about too, but I'm fully unpopular opinions, though I prefer base Final Fantasy XII because I actually like the LP compared to Zodiac games. Well, honestly, I came very close to beating the shit out of this game ever since I've had it for the PS4. You know, as anything else is acquired. I mean, I've had this game much more than you guys know. Trust me. This game is one of the best ones. I almost beat Final Fantasy 16. But that game, guys, will always be my game of the year in my book. It always will be. I don't think you're that weird, Mystic Girl. I know you're a huge RPG fan, as I am. What's up, Killer Smile? Make a love shout out. Thank you for coming in. And send it by up with us too. But I don't know. By the time, as long as people do not stir any more trouble, we'll get exactly what we want from Square Enix real quick. What about the Switch 2, Mystic Maids? I mean, I want to say, I think the Switch 2 is going to be interesting to see what a lot of us can really expect for gaming. But I do not think GTA 6 is going to the Switch 2 this year. I mean, if they're going to do something like that to happen, people will start acting like crazy people. I don't see them doing that.
Yo, let's go. I'm a professional.
I really don't. Mystic Maids, you're now my 612th mod, by the way. As long as we're not dealing with a sick, what do you call guys, a sick son of a bitch or anything. But if we look at it, you never know. If you guys are into any games that's under pre-orders, you guys can pre-order the new Borderlands 4, which I would love to get that game as of right now. But we do not know when that's going to be arriving in return. Honestly, partner, no. 612 is a pretty good number. 612 is an awesome number. I guess the more friends we make, the more people we can really send and also, you know, socialize with. The more people that can give each other views, thumbs up, followers, and connect with one another. You don't want to do it alone, guys. You want to be a better person, and, you know, be better than being self-centered. That's all we can do. Yeah, I do want Borderlands 4, as much as anything else. You guys can also pre-order Ghost of Yodi, compared the sequel to, Ghost of Tsushima, which, I don't know if you played the very first game, Mystic Maids, with all due respect with RPGs, but that game was real good. It was all thanks, and also credentials, all thanks to, the creators from Assassin's Creed. But we do not expect, guys, any more damn delays between any other games by the time we get to the exact point. So I don't think we will. There's no doubt about it, trust me. But if we do, it's going to be very important to notify. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows is not going to get delayed again. I don't see that happening. I honestly do not.
It would seem we made the
Hey
right
guys,
choice.
if we're looking to pre-order
If we'd taken the easy way and come
Assassin's
by
Creed
airship,
Shadows,
one of those patrols would no
that
doubt
game is
have
still
been quick
coming
to
up,
roll
guys,
out the
on
red carpet.
March 20th.
We're on the Empire's
The former
doorstep
day,
now,
it's
so
going
we
to be
shouldn't have to worry
Valentine's
quite
Day,
so much.
between
But that's
Love
no
Day,
excuse to
between
get
my true love and
sloppy.
I.
It is still a long
But
road
March
to the
20th,
capital.
I think that's a better year. As long as people don't have to really be crazy as well with tantrum. I honestly think it's a perfect day for that game to arrive. But I do not think it's going to be misjudged by far. Honestly, I do not. But I still think that game's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. And most likely in the order. But like I said, I've always been a huge fan of RPGs since I was a kid. I continue to bring something to the table for them. Play any Final Fantasy or any English RPGs that I really want to play. Especially with anything. But my name on Steam, guys. Instead of saying the Zenzries just for today, my name on Steam is Jack Dawson93. You guys call me ZD93. But the last thing that would be funny. Thank you for coming in, Mystic Maids. If you can turn on your notifications, you're welcome to come back here anytime you want. But thank you for hanging out with us today. Thank you for coming by this morning. If you need anything, you're welcome to come by as much as you want. Same with Brother Leon and the rest of you guys in the chat. We will always fill, guys, with popularity, entertainment, and energy. I know we can really do it, but continue what we have in front of us. You do it because you're driven. That's all that matters. But yeah, guys, my name on Steam is JackDawson93. If you guys have nothing, you have nothing to lose. My loves Mars, make a love shout out. How you doing? How are you? Thank you for coming you know, rightfully on a belated Tuesday of the AM in the morning. But as long as we have something favorable, we'll be fine. I don't want us to have to make so we're not. No, I don't want to. I don't want us to have to make so we're not set out of luck here today. But these enemies, guys, are level 37. These enemies are called Pilosic or Ballistic. So we just have to be smart and just act natural for it. But yeah, guys, I've been on Steam for almost 4 years. I haven't made another excellent or amazing gaming process ever since last year. The only game I've only bought on Steam by far is baseball. We're going to talk about baseball and what the plan is for this week. Remember, guys, I'm off till Thursday too. That's something to think about in a tall order. But as I mentioned, baseball has been the only, you know, satisfaction to protect our sport. The only game I've only bought solo from 2024 during that time. But this year, guys, is 2025 from now on, so I'll buy any game on Steam as long as I got enough. But the trip is going to be coming first, and only the only current thing as of right now, and temporarily. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, now as far as anything else goes, keep everything else in position, and anything else important. But yeah, guys, you guys can make any pre-orders you want, and gaming purchases anytime you want, when you want, anytime you want. If you guys are into role-playing games, like Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, God of War Ragnarok on Steam, and yes, guys, on personal computer as well, as long as anything else can carry and pass in the torch. And you guys are getting, I guess you guys, any other RPGs that are friendly and excellent, the games you want to see the most out of, and also want to take your opportunity for, you guys can put as much as you want on Steam. As long as you guys have your own Steam account, you guys can knock banners or disappear, or play the games you actually want to select. Then we want to buy with a lot of help, friends, and like I said, guys, for yourself, to a lot of people. People can see what you actually want to do for gaming. I've always been a hardcore banners, guys, since I was a kid with RPGs. Our backs are not against the wall, trust me. Remember, whatever game you play, you want to see what that really brings to the table. You want to see how much attention it's pretty much gotten. In a game review, it pretty much has. You know, guys, through in-gaming, through IGN perspective, and also, guys, our honest opinions with that in mind. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna be. Like I said, guys, I mentioned this already. I'll say it again, repeatedly. Kingdom Hearts 4 will have something, hopefully, as long as Square Enix can get up off their butts and do something for this year. I mean, they have a lot of time in their hands, but we don't want to try to, you know, wait around forever. But I do see Kingdom Hearts 4 releasing next year. If not, we'll be lucky before we reach the 11th year of the Game Awards by then, so people have to be smart at these things, you know, and have something to project. You know, guys, dearly beloved on it, and you know, guys have dreams come true to reality. So reality meets its mark, and also it's dream come true for the most part of it. But I'm not replacing RPGs, guys, as long as I'm still alive. My ass is going to be 32 the next 5 months from now, so there's something to look at, keep everything else in possession. If you guys are into sports games, like baseball, racing, tennis, golf, football, basketball, you can listen to any sports games to protect our sport. My true love and I and our cheer squad are going to be going to the state games in Columbus after this coming February. It's going to be on March 11th to the 13th. Or honestly, guys, I still have the date from one of the coaches in the backseat. but not yet. But if we get to that exact point and also made this peak, you know, I'll give you guys a date by then. But I do know it's one of the 2 or 3 daily dates for, excuse me, this coming, months. So we're gonna keep most of that in mind.
Hello.
And a really important thing to note. Brother JJ, make a love shout out to you, sir. How you doing? Good morning on the Tuesday mornings, my brother. How you doing? And the rest of us here today. But I don't know. I'll keep you guys info. But you guys can buy any sports games you guys want to protect and also signify. And take your time on with no extra cost. And let me tell you guys something what's going on with baseball. I mean, I was gonna do, remember how I told you guys, I was thinking about doing a 1965 Phillies campaign. And also doing this one game at a time between one of the teams on Out of the Park Baseball. Well, that was not exactly in tech. I just decided to, I was gonna play a game out of it yesterday. But you know, I just decided to, you know, see what I was going to do, or what the plan was going to be, or what it was going to be. So basically, that one, I mean, one of the team campaigns was not. I mean, for me, guys, it was not in the right direction. Or pretty much having some sort of a strong, you know, a strong thing to really get to, and also focus on from time to time. So if I had to guess what team I might be managing, and also do a team campaign out of, I'm leaning towards either doing something between what Utah Mike did, guys, aka Sports Time Machine, or our brother, guys, STM. Pretty much has a 3-letter username, as it's pronounced the correct way, or doing something from Sportsman Z, also guys known as Bob Zolke, to be honest. I haven't heard much of how he's doing with his cancer, but he's always battling the good fight. That's all we can do, guys. Battle the good fight, like God help you, and have a lot of prayers and support. And a lot of love, too. It's all we can really, you know, take on and, you know, bring something home to us. As much as we can. But if I'm looking at it, I mean, if I'm looking at it according to plan, my guess is, I mean, towards hopefully a different type of thing, or a current type of position. I mean, I could still do something in the 1900s, maybe in the 2000s, as much as anything else.
Hello.
Inha Mix, Stacey Coy, make a love shout out. I haven't said that in a while, but make a love shout out, well, loves, how you doing? Well, guys, if we're looking at reason with that, you're talking about what team you want to play, any sports games you want to play. If you're looking to do something on PGA Tour, the PGA Tour Tiger Woods golf game, the only person I've only seen play majority of it is Ape Sound. You guys can check him out. Support his channel, connect his channel, and you guys can see him play a lot of sports games at his age. Of course, I don't know exactly how old he is, but he's got a lot of popularity content when it comes to sports games, and also most likely in the order with golf, most importantly. But that's what I was saying, guys, about baseball as an eternal thing, or important thing to protect our sport. If I'm looking at it, guys, you know, just to really have something until we get to out of the Park Baseball 26, before the end of March by then. I'm guessing maybe, I mean, if I had to guess, let me look at Sportsman Z for a second. But if I had to guess, it's probably going to be my 1975 Athletics replay campaign. I'm not going to really replace any other baseball campaign this time. I might do the 1975 Athletics campaign, and do something from there. So, we'll keep everything else important and do some from there. Also, guys, that's another thing too. I also did play my next game in my Lakers replay on Status Pro Basketball yesterday. And it was the same rematch. It was me and our Lakers taking on the San Antonio Spurs. And that game was pretty close. Me and our Lakers ended up winning 93-89 yesterday. But it was pretty much not self either. You talk about playing the best basketball teams, you know, offense and defense, going either direction to suit and to be open, by passing, and you know, give your team an opportunity. But with all due respect, I'm playing basketball, not on the channel, but when I'm doing on my PC, on my website, and downloading it, it's a fun game. It's a really good game. You guys can play anything between the 2000s, go to the 1980s, go to the 1990s. They do have the all-time grades of basketball on the website. If you guys want to check out more of it, or anytime you feel bored. You know, there's a lot of games you guys can play on Steam. You don't want to have somebody else play for you, would you? You want to do something you can really involve. You know, you want to have your mindset on things. You know, at a decent time. Not have yourself be, like I said, guys, not be tiring, but wanting to play something you can have fun, have stuff to organize. Wanting to do something that's more, you know, much more to really consider. You know, there's a lot of games you guys can really try and also take on. As long as you're willing to do something, your mind should be set in stone. As long as you put your mind to it and have people help you. Alright guys, that's gonna be the end of Steam today. Until Thursday morning. I will be premiering Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. Because I haven't played a racing game in months, maybe like years. But yeah guys, Need for Speed will be on Thursday in the mornings. As far as I can tell you. But that's gonna be the end of Steam today guys. If you guys have any questions, any answers, inform me anytime you want in the chat. I've never heard that. As King guys, so it's final boss. I've never hard to find. As long as everything else is improving, we'll be good to go. Panel guys is now at level 35, which is excellent. Now the characters guys are pretty much meeting its expectations. Meeting its goals, its grinding, and it's been good. Been on a lucky streak entirely. But yeah guys, my name on Steam is ZachDawson93, your king, and your final boss. If you guys are looking to bring something with you know guys, with totals or anything, you guys can go after pre-orders and in-store purchases. Now the most important rule guys, is love, support, and respect is the key. Or should I say guys, quoting from Silent Library. Don't forget, love, support, and respect is the key. Be awesome and creative. We know it's 612 months now. I made Mystic Maze guys as a RPG fan in the chat. One. I believe I made somebody else one. I think it was Princess Monofacio. You guys can tell me if I'm right guys in the chat. I believe it was. As long as it takes memories and also, you know, between commenting between the name. But I believe I didn't make her a mod, as far as I know. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. So yeah, guys, like and share the stream. Take your time. Do what you gotta do. Most importantly, to protect our group. Making sure we have something under control. Making sure we've got something to observe. Have new experiences, and that's something that makes us feel comfortable. Have a lot of warmth. We don't want to be frozen solid all the time, so we're having, you know, guys, 2 title belts above the ring of a ladder, or be an entrant in the Royal Rumble. But you never know. You never know what you'll end up crossing. But take your time. And Penel forgot the soft word. There we go. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna lay you guys my numbers on the channel really fast. So you guys like and share the stream, meet and greet, take your time, and do not feel alone, with no problem, or anything else, guys, with no extra cost. My views, guys, I'm at 3,300, W8, 91.3. So my name's still the same, guys. Zach Dawson from Titanic, and it's not gonna be another, damn one name change. We're gonna keep everything else permanent. You know, for years and years to come, and months to come, when we can. My physical fiance last night, but honestly, I mean, the reason why is it's because she lost track of time. As long as people are not watching Back to the Future, you always want to keep track of time. You know, if you're waking up in the morning, you're going to work, having breakfast with people, or exercising, you know, in a fitness room, you always want to keep track on stuff. Keep track on important stuff that you want to get done. So guys, those are my numbers on my channel as of now. You always want to keep track on stuff. You do not want to have somebody doing that for you. It's like if you're in your 30s or in your 40s, you should always keep track of stuff, what you have to get done. Not when you need them to, but when you want them to. So, it's more to realize it, it's much more important, and it's always your priority. But alright guys, like it, support it, tweet it out, and follow it. Give guys thumbs up, follow it, tweet it out, and comment. And socialize as much as you can on the channel. As long as there's much more to come, which there most likely will. But the most important thing, guys, to upgrade our thumbs up, our views, WH is going to be very important, which has and always will be. But the most important thing, guys, if you do or do not have an admin system, you guys can question yourselves if you want to do any boosting, or you guys can increase watching our videos much longer, or as much as you can to really don't get yourself tired and petrified. You always want to make time for anything. If you're at work, if you're doing something with service or whatever, you guys can make any time you want. It's not that hard to really, you know, make room, also take on anything by making any time you guys want to bring to the table. But the most important thing, guys, to increase our channels back up to the way they need to be. You know, guys, well, like I said, guys, give each other thumbs up, followers, views, and a lot of exciting stuff along the way. I'll do the same thing for your YouTube channels, whatever the plan is. And you guys can do the same thing for me. We want to do exactly what we can for one another. We don't want to see everybody else do it at the same time. One step at a time is better. It really is. Well guys, Penelope just got himself into a weakness spell. And that would be just having not much he can do with attacking. Or not as much as I can arrange it. But the most important thing, guys, with our biggest, strongest, wisest, exciting power of our group, all we need to do to increase our YouTube channels better and better, if we watch our videos in fall, like and share the stream, guys, bringing our social media together, you can see we're grouping up more, and spending time together too. But all we have to do, guys, to increase and upgrade our channels a lot better for us, and for me, and you guys helping each other, we watch our videos in fall, like and share the stream, guys, bring our YouTube channels together, our social media, and our podcast services, guys, all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Reddit, and so much extra, or anything else furthermore. Guys, I'm gonna use a rhyme fang, because Penelope cannot do anything, especially when it comes to standing there and being disabled. Okay, guys, we're gonna have some in-gaming news for you guys today. So, today's date, guys. Today is January 28th, 2025. Or 2025, if you want. No, there hasn't been a lot of explaining ever since this past Sunday, but I want to say I did read a little bit from yesterday. Not exactly involved. Or any confirmation on it. All we do know, guys, is I think we all know one thing. All we know is with Chris Evans and the other actor is going to be partnering up with Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom and Avengers Doomsday. So I think that's the only thing I can really confirm only. Don't keep anything else reachable by then, so. Well, we're gonna find out what we got today. I also did check out the TV spot for the new Superman. That's coming out this coming July, by the way. I want to say that movie is gonna be sharp, but not exactly terrible. It's like, what's Superman without Christopher Reeve being the Man of Steel that he was, and that he is? Nobody can replace Christopher Reeve, guys. He was amazing. And way after, or before Dean Cain came into the process. But you know, guys, he was an excellent man. He was an excellent guy between himself and Dean Cain. So, but you know, it's gonna be something to look at too. So, we'll see how things can really prevent and not look out. But alright, guys, we are always filled with popularity, entertainment, and energy. Our biggest, luckiest, largest, strongest power of our community. Our largest gathering of our group. With a lot of support, and a lot of greatness, and a lot of support. And anything else tender, but not feeling left out. Alright, guys, we're gonna begin with in-gaming news today. In-gaming news today, by the way, with the IGN Daily Fix. You guys remember when back when I debuted at Vice City? Actually, when I brought back Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I'm probably gonna actually have a mod released. It's by Take-Two Takedown. Vice City that game was hilarious, a lot of fun. You know, running into people, having to take on police, taking on the VCPD, doing side missions, and a lot of fun things that we, you know, really did unstoppable things from here and there. The only person that really enjoyed it, not just you guys, but also Village Food Season for sure. I mean, he was a type of brother, alongside the funny name guys, Sahi. They're really enjoying the you know, the greatness coming out of GTA Vice City by far. But they do have a new mod release, guys, for the game itself. Let me tell you guys a little bit about what's going on with them. So,
the worst kind of trouble.
It does not remain to be seen, guys.
Lusting for ever greater power.
Hold on, let me see if there's anything in the middle.
Is that how you see me?
But yeah, guys, Vice City was a lot of fun when it comes to playing it. Actually, I'm actually not going to get the info on it. But the game itself is having a mod release when it takes two. So guys can see, guys, Vaughn and Pinello are having a bit of brother and sister fun for a minute.
Everything he did,
Wasn't each other's side a bit. But it also does get something going in general, at least for the time being. Hey, Ellie in Japan, make a left shout out. How you doing? Are you still looking to help me out? Ellie in Japan? My father's still been sobbing off the hook all the time. Don't know when it's gonna go back up. If only it would still be something to look into. Well, guys, as far as the next one goes, for our biggest, strongest, exciting, largest gathering, guys, of our group, our popularity, entertainment, and energy.
And I suppose that's when I lost my father.
Street Fighter 6 has as a character guide by the name of Mai. Not compared to San Lee or compared to somebody from a fighting game or a fighting movie. But Street Fighter 6 does have the Mai trailer, the official character guide,
I ran away.
Mama Ellie.
as most of us can see.
Slave to the stone. So I ran.
People from LA, Japan, thank you so much for coming by and also standing tall with us. So let me tell you guys what the trailer is for MAI, Street Fighter 6 between official character guide. It does state the following. Apparently mine does join Street Fighter 6 on February 5th after this week. So, I don't think this character has been in any fighting movies, but she is exactly a first timer. She really is. I mean, if you look at Chun-Li, you look at Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, which he's one of the best of all time. He's now on, I don't think he's on Rocket League or Fortnite. But you know, guys, he's one of the best main villains in Final Fantasy in the history, in the current era that we're in. But honestly, if you look at any other fighting character, they do have they have their own character guide or bio guide between its weaknesses, its personification, and anything else in general for them. So it'll be interesting to see how this my character, you know, tries to have something personal for
that princess.
Street Fighter 6. So it won't be introduced, guys, as a new character on February 5th.
Right,
so that's something to really, you know, take force or take a stab at. But you never know. Now, if we're looking at it in general, I know Tifa Archive was the upcoming last and only, you know, everlasting fighter that was left when it comes to not exactly Fortnite or Rocket League, but a DLC for a fighting game franchise. I think it was only, I mean, the only two I can think of is either Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8. I mean, both of them by far are really good games when it comes to a fighting franchise. At least by far to acknowledge. But yeah, we'll see how things can work out here and there, but we never know how much it's going to be holding. The enemies... Okay, let me look at each character. I don't see them getting new weapons. Armor... Well, honestly guys, armor, there's a possibility. Let's have to see which character needs it the most. Or maybe I can get more than one. I think I'll go with 3 of them. So the 3 of them that will be equipped, it's going to be requiring who wants more of the defense, a bit more of the magic power. So I'll give one to Balthier first and foremost. Lady Ass, for example, and Pinello. Now both of the defenses, both 3 of them, going to be reaching in the mid-30s, at least by far. But honestly, I don't know. We'll see how things can really maneuver. And also have some to, you know, with a concept or whatever's going to be related. Alright guys, next up, Gears of War E-Day of how people can fly has been announced as code developers. Now that's something we haven't heard. You know guys, Gears of War has been having excellent success when it comes to anything with part of that type of figure, or type of any other one. But I do want to say, they are bringing in something with code developers, and once people, I mean the games, I mean from Epic Games, they actually did acquire it from inside of the studio back in 2007. And you know guys, during that time, you also had two different creators. You know, that was back in 2002. Which I actually did not take anything for it. So, I don't think anything else was being dismantled or misjudged, as far as I know. Do we want to take on any enemies? I mean, any hunts.
And pink waving.
Yeah, I don't think we do. I mean, the only hunts we see, guys, is only these two. And a Kaleidos and
Saxophone
Crocodile.
Team Ellie
So,
in Japan.
but I don't know if one of them can still be found. I mean, we only did one hunt, I think last week, or like 2 weeks ago. It all depends where they can be found, and also not be hidden. Alright guys, let's see what else we got quickly. James Gunn does confirm, guys, an absolute zero CZ was in Superman's flying face, as the TV spot raises eyebrows. Now, if we're looking at a character, or a Marvel or DC hero, a lot of people were questioning what's going on inside of the face of Superman. Once again, Christopher Reeve did have a good smile. I mean, he had a real nice smile when he played as Superman. He's only been in not one, not two, but three Superman movies, aka Clark Kent, coming out of the Daily Planet, to be honest. But the way this actor really brings something into justice when it comes to, just one city, not exactly in North Dakota or anything, or coming out of Florida, being one of the hottest states. I honestly do think that this Superman movie with these actors we haven't seen, we haven't exactly watched or acknowledged yet, I think this movie should be good. I do not think it's going to be having less fan base on it, or depending how much the movie fits in. But let's not forget, guys, the only two rivals, the two good guy and bad guy comparisons when it comes to nemesis or enemies between good to bad, you're talking about Superman versus Lex Luthor. So, I did check out a bit of a look inside of that TV spot of Superman last night, and I do want to add a little bit. The only person I've seen play Lex Luthor is Gene Hackman. So you guys understand, Gene Hackman became the only first ever person to play in all 2 or 3 Superman movies, back when Christopher Reeve was still alive and well. I've always thought he did pretty well. Back when Christopher Reeve was playing as Superman / Clark Kent, and honestly guys, he did not play as Lex Luthor back when Dean Cain took over Superman. It was actually years and years later. So, James Gunn does have an update, guys. If it's Superman's flying face after the TV spot from yesterday. So basically, it's the actor behind this. It's still the same one, but pretty much as a first timer. His name is David Krentzwitz Flying Face. So he does have a bit of a smiling icon TV spot face, perhaps, with his first time flying. I was watching the trailer yesterday, and honestly, his smile doesn't look too bad. It really does not. I mean, what he's actually doing in this TV spot, guys, in Superman, it does. I mean, according to the trailer, they do show 2 unseen clips. You see Lex Luthor stepping out of a helicopter in the snowy wilderness, while something one thing. That would be, guys, Fortress of Solitude of Superman. Now, Superman himself, guys, by the way, is flying over an icy landscape, doing a barrel roll as he speeds towards a mystery destination. Now, from what we know, guys, I'm not positive what that location is, but I'm a little bit intrigued what's going to happen with that in mind, or what kind of questions we're looking at too. So, but the movie won't be out, guys, until July. I may or may not want to see it. but my two love guys did mention she does miss watching Chariots of Fire, which I had to look that up before I left her apartment last night. I don't know who's in that movie, but with all due respect and also don't have any jealousy to inform, I'm not particularly sure. I know David Lynch, with all due respect, it's not in that movie, but that movie's been out, guys, since 1981, exactly. But James Glenn did state the following, guys, about the TV spot. I thought I would talk about this really fast. James Glenn did state the following about the TV spot of Superman. All right, so I thought I would mention this quickly. There's an absolute zero CG in his face. People's faces can look different when you put a wide angle lens up. The lens up close. The background plate, guys, is a Salvador Bard. It's 100% real, as is David. He is Norwegian, guys, of the Archipelago, where part of Superman was filmed. Well, the only location, guys, that Superman can only handle is the planet of Krypton. So, so one planet and one planet at a time. So, I can see this movie doing well, but it's not the same without, guys, being shot itself. But guys, James Glenn also did, before he actually did something with Superman and announced it officially, was what do you call it? The last volume of Guardians of the Galaxy. So there's not gonna be another. There's not gonna be another damn reboot, as far as I know. I doubt they're making another movie and bringing the actors back and back more often. But honestly, if you look at it, back when Superman was out back in the 1980s, guys, it had its own town. You were pretty much dressed as a kid. You were best known by having powers. The only actors that became heroes in movies. I'm just going to name a couple of them real quick. One of them guys is Christopher Reeve as Superman. Michael Keaton as Batman. It was way before Ezra Miller became the Flash, but way back then, or before that happened. Oh boy, I'm trying to think, guys. This is almost the fun part. If I had to think for a short few minutes, if I had to guess, I want to say Danny DeVito as Penguin, but it was somebody else way before him. They had the record between acting and also taking the role. I knew I had a different actor in mind. Well, Chris O'Donnell. Here's the thing, guys. Chris O'Donnell did not play as Robin until Batman Forever approached. So it was his first appearance exactly. As Robin. And pretty much, yeah. For Superman to really bring something to the table for this, I honestly think the Superman movie is going to be interesting to see. But nobody, I repeat, guys, nobody is going to be better than Christopher Reeve. Nicolas Cage is not going to be better as Superman in the future. I think it's got something else to do with movies. But it doesn't change the fact that Christopher Reeve became the face of Superman, the Man of Steel. But can this actor, here's the thing, guys, can this actor, do something with a speeding bullet that Christopher Reeve has done? If he does that, I think it'll be a good movie, but I don't think it would be the worst case possible, or have any installation possible with Superman. So, but if you guys want to watch Superman, the movie will be coming out in theaters on July 11th. So, I don't know the actors, but it's pretty much the first timers for them. So, I do know James Gunn does a pretty good job. I mean, an excellent job between movies. You know, guys, with Suicide Squad towards Justice League, and now Superman, this coming July of this year. So, it's going to be interesting how it's going to be bringing in. So, guys, with more popularity, entertainment, and energy, as will always filled as long as I'm here. And also, guys, our biggest, exciting, strongest, amazing power of our group. I'm going to quickly go to top stories really fast. I do want to give a bit of an info quickly. So guys, in top stories today, Jurassic World Rebirth has a sequence from Michael Crichton's first Jurassic Park novel. That actually did not make it, guys, into the original movies. If fans have ideas, what could actually possibly be? Well, honestly, guys, we're looking at it. Discussing film that stayed on Twitter by stating the following. David Cope reveals there's a sequence from Michael Crichton's first Jurassic Park novel that they wrote into Jurassic World Rebirth. But he did state, quote, guys, I'm going to wrap everything up in a minute. There was a sequence from the first novel that we've always wanted in the original, but didn't have room for. I'm going to use that now. Well, I don't think there's a lot to say, but I do want to say if they have a lot of ideas, people can pitch them. People can have the ideas instead of striking everybody out. You know, the last Jurassic movie, we've seen the last. Sam O'Neill, I think maybe for now, or he's pretty much done. And then you also had Jeff Goldblum, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard. Liam Neeson was not in Jurassic Park, but if you guys look at it, Jurassic Park only got started back in 1993. And that's always been the year that I was born. And honestly, if they're pitching ideas for Jurassic World Rebirth sometime this year, I would pitch them as much as anything else. Or maybe start with one idea, or like 2 ideas. But if they're looking to really put something, you know, putting one piece after one piece, you know, they're going to have ideas for Bryce Dallas Howard. Actually, no, not Bryce Dallas Howard. Scarlett Johansson. But if they're looking to bring something useful, guys, if they're looking to do something that's more to finalize something, I think they'll have something to really, you know, get to. You know, guys, the first time they pitched an idea for Jurassic World Rebirth, having the very first Jurassic Park movie, it was exactly the first ever thing they've done with Steven Spielberg. You know, guys, the actors did not get started. I repeat, ever since we had exactly the same thing at the same time. You know, guys, a lot of screen time and a lot of things coming towards us. So to be honest with you guys, I mean, we'll see what I think the ideas that Jurassic World Jurassic World Rebirth has, I think they'll probably start something small and get to the point thing that they actually want to do. So, but the actors are not honestly coming back, as far as what we can really say and confirm completely. So, I do know Scarlett Johansson is one of them. The one that played as Poe in a few of the Star Wars movies, that's probably in it. But it's pretty much some extra stuff to learn by the time we get to that release and also that installment. So, and what's guys, it's not the same, you know. But if you think about it, between Jurassic Park movies and all 3 Jurassic World movies, they did a lot of things for a long time. They've done some good things with, directing and writing. Honestly, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be very intriguing to see what the attention's going to be, how much they're looking to put in. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. I don't know any other info as far as I can tell you. Morrissey's McKnight, make a love shout out. I'll play this game after I finish Lightning Swordsy. I haven't played Final Fantasy with Lightning in a while. I just stopped playing it after I was stuck in the church. I mean, in a stupid church inside of a story. The last time I played Final Fantasy X-2 or X-3 with Lightning, actually, it was Final Fantasy 13. I'm sorry. I haven't played 13 in a long time. The game itself looked totally trash. That's why I did not feel like I was going to continue to do anything else with that game, or have any pressure or any deeds for that game. But I'm not saying Final Fantasy 13 is bad. You guys understand I'm not. All I'm saying is, with all due respect, the game itself only lived, pretty much alright expectations. I mean, the game itself did fine. But I don't think it would have been great or good enough, or wanting to sound to a piano or wanting to play music. But really, guys, the game itself, Final Fantasy 13 was just fine. Even though we would have had much more to have something for our sakes, but I feel like it would have mattered either way. Between an RPG game and a decent time. Or wanting to do something with English RPGs in a tall order. But I don't know. But yeah, guys, we'll see where the action goes. I'm going to wrap everything up for today. I want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. Our biggest, strongest, largest power of our community. Making it so we're sounding good and making it so we're not wasting any time. Keeping everything forward. And also everything else in general. So guys, based on the schedule, we are making our return to bowling later on today. I did shoot a 134 and a 136, 142 2 weeks ago. We did not exactly go last week. Ever since since it was really, really cold after last week. Apparently, one home game of basketball was canceled prior to the stupid cold and whatnot. A lot of snow, a lot of freezing going on. But we only had time to do one home game of basketball for our Cougars, and that was this past Wednesday of last week. Alright? So we are going back to doing that. Well, I'm looking to keep my scores the way it should be. Even though we did miss last week in a tall order. But that would not be a concern or, misjudging to the environment. We also do have, guys, 2 home games of basketball tonight and also tomorrow night. As far as when my next stream is, I will be back Thursday. So Thursday in the morning, guys. So listen well, quickly, listen good. The plan going forward, I will be going back to work Thursday again, Friday and Saturday. But my true love and I's 8th year anniversary of our future, of our love, young future. That Friday, guys, that one has been requested off, all thanks to Kevin and Chief Management. So that's on the new schedule, as far as I know. But I will be back streaming, guys, Thursday in the morning for most likely the series premiere of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remaster. So I'll have that glued for you guys by then. And then I'll be back Sunday in the morning for Ghostwire Tokyo for weekend mornings. Same time, same channel. So I will give you guys a scoop. And what's going to happen for the schedule, since we're already on our way to February already. So that's going to be after this Friday. To keep everything aside and pretty much coming to a close. If you guys have not missed anything, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy XII Zodiac games, every Tuesday mornings, guys, for an hour and 40 plus, when we're here, when you guys are here, when people are, active and also being anywhere we want to be, with each other, our family, and to a lot of people, and somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with. You guys can do anything you want, when you want, anytime you want, as long as people don't have to stop you. When it comes to a human being or wanting to, do something you want to do, I mean, there's a lot of things. That's all I can really provide. But make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. Like and share the stream. I'm going to like it. I mean, 3 things: like it, support it, tweet it out, and follow it. And socialize when we can. Making sure we're sounding good, making sure we're doing good in person, and also in general. Making sure we're great. And making sure everything else is excellent. And also, don't get by anybody with a steel chair. The most important thing, guys, is love, support, and respect is the key. So also being creative with our 612 mods today. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. Excuse me. Knowledge is power. Under repeat. When we take our time, we follow each other, socialize, and see what's really floating by for us. And if anything else comes to any transaction, we can see if we can see what we can bring to our attention. I mean, I don't think it will be hard to really process it or, really achieve it or obtain it for the most part of it. But we are at 612 mods today, so I made 2 of you guys in the chat. Our new Lala's Princess Bonifacio and Mystic Maids. I want to see guys both Mystic Maids. Mystic Maids is a good Final Fantasy name. I mean, talking about Time Maids, Blue Maids, Black Maids, White Maids, Red Maids. Blue Maids, I'm not sure if it compares to any ability or job ability from Final Fantasy VII. Actually, there is a Blue Maids, without question. But yeah, guys, anytime we manage to find people, socialize with people, and guys, have anything for the next generation. How to socialize. Give each other a thumbs up, comments, followers, views. Anything we can bring. Anything we can do, especially. All we have to do, guys, is follow and share it only. Follow and share it on our 3 apps: Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. But alright, guys, like and share the stream, take your time. Like and share the stream, like it, tweet it out, and follow it, guys. 3 words. Like it, tweet it out, follow it, and share it. And socialize, and put a comment. I mean, as long as you guys put a comment, people can respond to you. To yourself, and to a lot of people. As long as you guys have eyes and ears, and have a lot of speaking to any replies, you guys can really pronounce and also look at this point in time. But yeah, guys, if you guys do or do not have an admin system, I would only suggest one time only. You guys can increase my followers, but the most important thing is my watch hours. Our WAs needs it the most between our YouTube channels, one channel at a time. And that's based on what facts? Well, WAs is very important. The more we gain, the less we're hoping not to get in return. But we always want most of that coming to our channels. The more we live stream, the less people that will not be watching. But we always want to start from there. We want to start from the beginning to an end, and, see where we end up at this point. But alright, guys, the most important thing is keep doing what we're doing, keep on having our eyes and ears, our heads and toes together, and making sure the stay in one platform. But the most important thing, guys, to upgrade our channels, like I said, followers, views, thumbs up, and W8s on top of everything, is we watch our videos in full, like and share the stream, socialize it, bring our YouTube channels to a large gathering. Me, guys, as your king, so as final boss with more popularity, entertainment, and energy, with our biggest, exciting, biggest, give me 1 second, guys. Oh, thank you. Sorry, guys, for the interruption, but yeah, we are, as long as we know what we're doing, because we always want to take our time, keep ourselves in position, and do what we gotta do for one another. You know what, if we have something large instead of something small. But the most important thing to make our channels higher than expected on YouTube is we watch our videos in full. Watch that video in full, guys. Take your time. Bring our YouTube accounts together with a socialization to a transaction to something upcoming. With our social media, with our YouTube accounts, that's more personal. And on a serious note, and our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Reddit. I will be returning on Thursday in the morning, guys, for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. Because I haven't played racing in a long time. But you know, I know how to race if my true love is letting me help her when it comes to racetracks, or you know, between anything with Star Wars or anything especially. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be going back to bowling later on today to maintain. We got 2 home games of basketball tonight and tomorrow night. And I will be back to work also, guys, one day before my upcoming check deposit from Chief. So we'll have that going on Friday, and then like I said, guys, I will be back Thursday in the morning, same time, same channel for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remaster premiere for our group, and then Ghostwire Tokyo is coming Saturday and Sunday in the mornings. So you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday, stay warm, do not have a snow angel if there's not any snow, or even if you're watching the very first Natural Treasure. You want to have something that's more to, you know, entertain, keep your eyes open. Have any breakfast, guys, have something to wake up to, with energy and anything that comes to our attention. So have a good rest of your Thursday, belated morning, guys. Be good to one another, be kind, and love one another. I'll see you guys right here on Thursday in the morning. We can serve for keeping everything under control between our channels. And making sure we're shining bright. Have a good rest of your Tuesday, guys. I will be back Thursday in the morning before I go back to work, and then we'll have Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered premiered. But until then, guys, have a good rest of your Tuesday. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and I will see you guys in the next one.